Get the gun in there.
When other people are playing, that's when we work.
Just need to take a look at your boat registration and your safety equipment, please.
I feel like right now, you're giving me the runaround.
516, 1998, Chevrolet Malibu.
This time you're being placed under arrest for operating a motorboat while impaired.
To ensure the future of our sport and our heritage.
10-4, Raleigh, thank you. No further.
We're a division within the Wildlife Resources Commission. Our division is the law enforcement division. We're charged with enforcing the hunting, trapping, fishing, and boating laws in the state of North Carolina. A typical day this time of week, most of our activity is going to be located around bodies of water like Lake Norman. We actually have both river chains in my district, the Yadkin and the Catawba River, and all the lakes on those chains. Our work's going to be really evolving around those lakes with fishing and boating.
District 6 Area 2 is comprised of Moore County, Richmond County, and Anson County. It's one of the largest geographical areas in the district. It's probably about 150 miles from one end of the patrol area to the other end of the patrol area. It's made up of a large portion of the Sand Hills game lands, which includes about 40,000 acres of public land, including as well as the PD game lands. That's another several thousand acres. We also have encompassed in our area the PD National Wildlife Refuge, about 8,000 acres of hunting and fishing land. We also enforce part of the Camp McCall military base, hunting and fishing as well. Area 2 is unique in a way that it's the only area in the entire district that has an eastern gun season, and it also has a dogging season. And it's also broken down within the counties in the area as unique as well, because some of the parts of the counties have dog season only a portion of the gun season, and as well as the game land seasons differ from the eastern and central seasons. So we have a lot of openings and closings as well.
Down here at Sand Hills Game Lands, we've got a lot of pine trees and a lot of pine straw. These game lands that hunters and fishermen and basically hunters use during the hunting season also provide pine straw during the off season. And these areas are leased out to companies to rake the pine straw and sell. It brings in a little bit of money to the Wildlife Commission. And we patrol these game lands to make sure that none of the pine straw is being taken by people who don't have permission or people stealing the pine straw. You know, it's pretty hard to catch some of these pine straw thieves. They get into these hard to see areas. We got to get off the road and walk into certain areas. And a lot of times their trucks are painted up, camouflage, painted the colors of the wilderness out here in the woods, so it's really hard to see. And they're pretty sneaky. They can get into certain areas, or get into a certain area, rake up a load of pine straw and be out in 30 minutes to an hour.
Part of the Sand Hills game lands is made up of 8,000 acres of what's considered field trial game lands, and those have their own set of rules. We have a very short public season on those game lands as far as hunting, so it's an individual in itself as far as most of the Sand Hills game lands isn't included in the seasons as far as the field trial game lands.
Area 3, District 6 consists of Davison and Rowan counties. Almost 250,000 citizens live within this area, and the area has 1,100 square miles. Within this area, 3 wildlife enforcement officers are assigned to patrol hunting, fishing, boating, and trapping. High Rock Lake, the second largest freshwater lake in North Carolina, is the primary body of water that enforcement officers work in this area. Boating enforcement is an important part of Area 3's officers' daily and weekly patrol. High Rock Lake, being the second largest freshwater inland lake comprises a large part of the officer's patrol time duties. Ncwrc Lake and Tuckertown Lake, along with the Yadkin River, being positioned between high population areas such as Winston-Salem, Greensboro, and Charlotte, provide area citizens with a wide range of activities, which include boating, fishing, and hunting. The area also has a large amount of game lands, which include the Linwood game lands, the Second Creek game lands, parts of the Ncwrc National Forest, and Alcoa game lands. One common problem we deal with yearly is deer depredation. Soybeans, corn, a wide variety of different crops fall victim to large herds of deer, and we work closely with the farmers to try to find alternative methods other than just shoot and drag out of the field. Along with the law enforcement duties that are normally expected of wildlife officers, Area 3 has a large program load that we carry, including hunter education, boating education, and other related programs that promote the agency goals.
Statistically, hunting is one of the safest sports out there. And some of the goals of hunter education is to produce safe, ethical, and responsible hunters. And in doing so, you're going to reduce accidents and injuries, and those are some of the goals. And in District 6, we have a great group of volunteer instructors, about 143 that help us to achieve this goal. Along with hunter education, our enforcement officers conduct and teach boater education. And over the last few years, it's remained sort of steady. But in the year 2010, when mandatory came along, we have seen a dramatic increase in our boater education program. You know, again, some of our main goals is to reduce accidents and injury and to produce safe, ethical, responsible hunters. But it's not just that either. It's also to ensure the future of our sport and our heritage in hunting.
This is my first buck, and the rack is just so beautiful. The way how it looks, it just amazes me. I'm going to get this thing mounted.
Area 4 consists of 3 counties, Union, Mecklenburg, and Cabarrus. It has everything from the largest metropolitan area to the rural farmlands of Union County. In the more rural areas, we have fishing, big game hunting, small game hunting, and then you can go to the more urban areas where we have all the boating and fishing. Then we have our large lakes in the area, which consist of Lake Wiley, Mountain Island Lake, and Lake Norman, with Lake Norman being the largest lake in the state. On our lakes, we arrest many impaired boat operators.
State wildlife officers, how are y'all today? All right. Hot enough for you? Yeah. All right. Just need to take a look at your boat registration and your safety equipment, please.
The big lakes in Area 4 bring out thousands of recreational boaters. Therefore, our officers spend considerable time on boat patrol and keeping our water safe.
District 6, Area 5 is made up of Stanley County and Montgomery County. The area is encompassed by farmland, rolling hills, Ncwrc Mountains, a lot of game lands, and we're basically about 30 minutes from the Piedmont of Charlotte. The officers in this area are responsible for a lot of water, including Baden Lake, Falls Lake, Lake Tillery, Ncwrc River, Rocky River, and part of Tuckertown. This includes 4 major dams and over 20 public access areas. The main priority on the lakes during the summertime will be getting the impaired operators off the water and any careless and negligent operations down to a minimum and trying to get it stopped to make the water safer. Due to having 4 major dams, several different lakes, the rivers, the officers spend a lot of time working bank fishing, fishing from the boat. We also have some of the state record catfish coming from the lake, so we have a lot of people coming in to fish in this area. This patrol area, the hunter safety and boater safety is a priority. We do have every high school and every middle school in my patrol area participating in the program. Each officer, including myself, helped coach the marksmanship teams at several different schools. With the numerous access areas being in rural areas, it brings in a lot of people other than boaters. We have drug dealers trying to use our access areas, and our main priority is to keep them safe so the people can come in with their family, they can put their boats on the water, spend a day boating, come back, and their vehicles are still safe, and it's safe for their families to use our access areas. During the hunting season, we have 50,000 acres of Ncwrc National Forest. It is the most used and visited national forest in the country. We have hunting, fishing, boating. We also have ATV use, horseback riding, camping, bird watching, and several other activities going on that we try to make everybody be legal and safe for everyone.
District 6 is made up of 9 counties, of which wildlife officers are sworn to protect. North Carolinians use these lands and waterways to hunt, fish, recreate, and enjoy creation at large. Many people see it as a place to play. Wildlife officers see it as their office and their calling.